area of sector, only the shaded part between the two radii that is enclosed by an arc. We have two formula when it comes to area of a sector. Depends to the given. If the given is radius, we have the formula for the area of the sector, which is the measurement of the arc divided by 360 times the area of a circle. The formula for the area of a circle, which is pi r squared. So that is the first formula that we can use for finding the area of our sector. Given that the measurement of the arc is present and the measurement of the radius is also given. We're going to proceed with the other formula, but let's have an example first of this formula that we have. Okay na? Can we go to the next slide? And solving for the area of our sector. Okay. For example, we have this circle. Given that the measurement of the arc, GH, is 72, and the measurement of our radius is 15 centimeter. So the measurement of the arc is given, and radius is also given. So we're going to use the first formula in solving for the area of our sector, which is area of sector, which is GPH equals to the angle measurement of the arc GH divided by 360 times the area of a circle, which is 2 pi r squared. That's our formula if the given is the arc and the radius. So we have the measurement of the arc GH, which is 72 over 360 times pi. Our radius is 15 centimeter squared. So we have 72 over 360 times pi r squared, or pi times 15 squared. So 3.14 for the value of our pi, and 15 squared is equal to 225. So we have 72 over 360 times 706.5. So the area of our sector $50,600 divided by 360. So the area of our sector is equal to 141.3. So that's the area of our sector. So it's more easy to find the area of a sector if the measurement of the arc is given and the radius is given, because the other formula that we're going to solve, it's more on radians. The given, the measurement of the angle is in the radians form. So let's have another example for finding the area of a sector using the same formula that we have, which is the measurement of the arc and the measurement of our radius. Okay na, for this example, can I clear the screen? For example, a circle has a radius of 4 inch. Find the area, or what is the area of a sector bounded by a 45 degrees minor arc. Give your answer in a term of radius or pi. So using the formula, since the given is the measurement of the arc, the minor arc, and the radius, which is 4 inches or 4 inch. So area of sector, which is equal to the measurement of the arc, divided by 360 times the formula for the area of a circle, which is pi r squared. Measurement of the arc is 45 degrees over 360 times pi times our radius, which is 4 inch. So 4 squared. So we have 45 over 360 times pi 16. So if the question is in terms, or it asks you to leave your answer in terms of radians, no need to give the exact value of pi. Remain it's at pi. So we'll be having 45 times 16 pi, which is equal to 720 pi over 360. So the only thing that we multiply is 45 and 16. Pi will remain as a symbol of pi without getting its value, since the question is asking an answer in terms of pi. So 720 divided by 360, which is equal to 2 pi. So the area of the sector that has a radius of 4 inch and a minor arc of 45 degrees has area of sector, which is 2 pi. So that is the one wherein the question is asking, or we're going to leave the answer in terms of pi. So a while ago we changed the value of pi by 3.14. Here it's remain as pi, since that is the one that is being asked in the question. Okay, question for this example. So let's proceed. Yes, Chloe. Yes. We multiply 45 to 16. That's why we get 725. Let's proceed with the second formula that we can use in finding the area of a sector. The second formula that you can use in finding the area of a sector, given that the central angle is present. We have your radius. So kung kanina ang given is the minor arc and the radius. Now the given is the central angle and its radius. So we can use this formula, which is area of a sector is equal to 1/2 r squared times the angle. Angle in terms of radians. For example, using this formula, okay na, can I proceed to the next slide? For example, we have this problem. Find the area of a sector of a circle of a radius of 7 centimeter and a sector angle which is 2 radians. That means the central angle has the measurement of 2 radians. When we say 2 radians, hindi siya in terms of degrees. Okay. So using the second formula in finding the area of a sector, we have area of a sector is equal to 1/2 r squared times the central angle. So 1/2, or we can write the formula into r squared angle divided by 2. It's the same as 1/2 r squared angle, or r squared times angle divided by 2. It's the same. So we're going to use r squared times the angle divided by 2. Radius is 7 centimeter squared times the angle in terms of radians. We have 2 divided by 2. So 7 squared is 49 times 2 divided by 2, which is equal to 49 times 2 divided by 2, which is equal to 49. So the area of a sector that has a radius of 7 centimeter and an angle which is 2 radians is equal to 49 centimeters squared. Since its area, so the unit that we have for the area of sector is 49 centimeter squared, given that the radius is centimeter in unit. Okay, let's have another example for this formula that we have. The second formula using the radius and the central angle of our circle. For example, we have find the area of a sector shaded field shown in the figure. So in the figure, we have an angle, a shaded angle that has a radius of 321 meters and an angle which is 15 degrees. Since the angle is in terms of 15 degrees, we need to change it into radians. Kung gagamitin ang second formula, which is area of sector equals to r squared times the angle divided by 2. Since ang angle sa figure is in terms of degrees, kailangan i-change muna si degrees into radians. How are we going to change it? By multiplying 15 degrees times radian over 180. That's how we change the degree angle into our radian form. So 15 times radian over 180, which is equal to 15 over the radian. So we have 15 over radian 180. We can still simplify 15 over 180. What is the simplified form of 15 over 180? Simplified form of 15 over 180 is radian over 12. So that means the angle that we're going to use in the formula, the second formula that we have, is radian over 12. Since we cannot use degrees angle form if you're going to use the second formula for the area of a sector. So radius, we have 321 meter squared times the central angle in a form of radian, which is pi over 12 divided by 2. So 321 times 321, or 321 squared, is equal to 103,041 times the pi times pi over 12 divided by 2. So 103,041 times pi divided by 12, which is equal to 8,586.75 pi divided by 2. So the area of our sector is equal to, in terms of pi, or in terms of radians, we have 4,293.4 meters squared radian. We have 4,293 radian meters squared. So that's the area of our sector that has an angle which is 15 degrees and a radius which is 321 meter. Okay? But if we're going to convert this area of sector by giving the value of the radian, which is 3.14, it will proceed to 4,500 or something. 13,488 or 13,500. That's how we solve if the angle given in the figure is in terms of degrees. Kailangan mo nang i-change into radians the angle degrees that we have. So let's have another example. Yes, po?
Well, where'd you get the pi over 12?
The pi over 12, we get the pi over 12 by simplifying the fraction 15 over 180. Okay. Since the simplified form of 15 over 180 is 1 over 12, and we don't need to write 1 anymore. That's invisible 1. So we only have pi over 12. Okay. So yeah, let's have another example. The same kind of problem that we have. Okay, now with this example that we have on the screen. Sige. So for example, a sprinkler on a golf course fairway is set to spray water over a distance of 70 feet and rotates through an angle of 120 degrees. Find the area of the fairway watered by the sprinkler. So as you can see, the given measurement of the angle is in a form of degrees. So kailangan i-change muna si 120 degrees into radians. So 120 degrees to radians, we're going to multiply it by pi or radians over 180, which will lead to 120 radians or pi over 180, and lowest term of 120 over 180, which is 6, and 2 over 3 radians. Or 2 radians over 3. That's the simplified form of 120 over 180. Since we are changing our degree angle into radian form. So since we're done changing our angle to radian, we can now solve for our central angle or sector angle. So area of sector is equal to 1/2 or radius squared times the angle divided by 2, Radius, we have 70 feet squared times the angle that we have solved a while ago, which is 2 radian over 3 divided by 2. So 70 times 2 is equal to 140 radian divided by 3 over 2. So 140 radian over 3 divided by 2, or 140 divide 3, which is equal to 46. Dividing fraction. If you want to use a fraction form or a decimal form, you may do so. Kung gusto fraction ang answer with this one, divide the fraction into 2. Like 140 over 3 divided by 2 in fraction form, we will be having 140 over 6 radian in fraction form. Or in decimal form, so let's write it more clearly. One hundred 40 divided by 3 radian. So if you're going to divide fraction to a whole number, we use the butterfly method in dividing fraction to a whole number divided by 2. So we will be having a fraction form answer, which is 140 radian over 6, which is can be simplified into 70, or 70 radian over 3 in a fraction form. Or if we want an answer into decimal form, since ayaw nyo ng fraction, so 70 divided by 3 or 140 divided by 6 in decimal form, we will be having 70 divided by 3 is equal to 23. Equals to 23.33 radian. So that can be our answer in terms of the problem that we have on the screen, which is about the area of the watered sprinkler in the fairway that has a 70 feet distance and an angle which is 120 degrees. So we can have 70 radiant over 3, or in a decimal form, which is 23.33 radian. Question in this example that we have. Na. Okay na? Yes po, the pi will stay. Kapag ang given is the central angle, the pi will remain as it pi. Huwag nang hindi na kailangan ibigay ang value ni pi. But if the given is the measurement of the arc, you need to change or give the value of pi in your final answer. Just like what we have a while ago in the first formula that we have, since the given is the measurement of the arc and the radius. So for example, we have this circle that has a radius of 4 centimeter and an angle which is 2 degrees. So since it's in a degrees form, we need to change this 2 degrees into radian. So degrees to radian. Measure of the angle is 2 degrees times or multiplied by radian over 180, which is equal to 2 radian over 180. In simplified form, we have radian over 90. Since 2 over 180 can be simplified into 1 over 90. So we have radian over 90 as our angle that we're going to use to measure the area of sector of our circle. So area of circle or sector is equal to radius squared times the angle divided by 2. So radius is 4 centimeter squared times the radiant angle, which is pi over 90 divided by 2. So 4 squared is 16 centimeters squared times radiant over 90 divided by 2. So we will be having 16 radian over 90 divided by 2. So in fraction form, we will be having 16 radian over 180. In decimal form, we have 0.1 radian. So that's the area of the sector that we will be having in our circle. We have 16 radian over 180 or 0.1 radian. That's the area of our sector in the circle that we have. Let's try another circle. Given that we're going to use the first formula that we have, which is the measurement of the arc divided by 360 times the area of circle. So for example, we have the circle. Circle that has a radius